Hey!
What's no?
Everybody, this is the Fez Ramble. That was an interesting new start. I'm Kev, and I'm joined by Matt.
Hey, what's up?
And Josh from ONVG Games is back.
Hello. That went on for a bit long. I'm sorry.
Sorry, it's no worse than my intro. Yeah, so this is Fez. Matt, you know about Phil Fish. Tell me something about Phil Fish.
Let's not go into Phil Fish immediately. Let's discuss the game on its own merits for a little while first.
You're gonna. I'll let you take the lead on this.
But...
Fez is a 2D game that has pixelated art.
No, it's not.
Where you die. But it's not a 2D game at all. Because it's a completely 3D game that works within 2 dimensions at a time. So, right now you're right now you're just, going through the environment, jumping up and down, and when you hit a trigger, then you change the way that the environment is seen, and there you go. You work with it that way.
That was a pretty nifty description.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so despite looking like pixel art, it's entirely polygonal.
Yep. Which is pretty cool.
It's a hell of a feat to pull off.
Yeah.
I don't think enough appreciation has been given, or at least not on the grand scale, has been given to how difficult that is to pull off.
Yeah, no, it's totally. I mean, I kind of get, like, if you just do a very low res art, then you can go for an 8-bit style. But yeah, it's totally made within 3D. Just the way that it's presented is too. And that's man, that shit cray.
Cray. I used that phrase the other day, and my missus, she wasn't happy. You realise that's what teenage girls use?
That's exactly why. Yeah,
and that's why.
Teens, man. We're very pro teens.
I'm still in the cool zone.
Yeah. The thing about the idea, like ONVG, we have this this status of really loving the idea of teens, like. Teens is a weird subculture. Like, news broadcasts will constantly tell you that teens are up to things, but the idea of teens doesn't really exist. It's just like a group of people that you can say are getting up to stuff and people believe it. It's
a natural evolution from when they used to just blame chavs.
Yeah, totally. But now it's
now
teenagers are doing this
because the fucking emos are as bad as the chavs.
Yeah. I was thinking about this the other day.
And now you've got the Gagas. But they're their own subculture.
Gaga girls. Yeah. Like, I was thinking about this the other day, where emo is such a really outdated term already. Like, within a 5-year span, like, that entire subculture of music died out. No one dresses like that anymore. It's weird how quickly trends are going now. You had mods and rockers for years, right? And I guess that's still ongoing, but yeah, emo's just not a thing. They turned into hipsters, I guess.
The hairstyle is literally the only thing that remains from the emo. Well, that and the tight jeans.
I think anybody that would dress like an emo now dresses like a Ramona Flowers cosplay. Like, that's just the natural evolution of how that stuff's gone. I guess,
yeah, I guess so. It kind of, became hipster at some point.
Yeah, I think that was the natural evolution. I think I'm not saying that hipster is around forever, but the idea of being like a pretentious arsehole that's into music definitely will stick around.
Yeah.
Fez.
I was going to link from pretentious arsehole to Fez there, but...
Yeah.
You could link quite simply to Phil Fish. Oh, yes, I went
there. If Phil Fish isn't a pretentious arsehole, he's just got some views that people don't necessarily resonate with.
I've never had that much of an issue with the stuff Phil Fish says. I just think he states his opinion. He's entitled to it.
Totally. I
think what he said about Japanese games recently was probably more true than false.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you read, there was an IGN interview with Keiji Inafune,
who totally said exactly the same thing.
Yeah, who they asked him what his opinion on it was. He just said, it had to be said. He was right. And more people should say it.
The thing that I had a problem with was not his comments on Japanese game development. It was more the what he had to say about actually the reaction to people reacting to him was more like, oh, suck my dick, rather than, oh no, here are the reasons why I'm right. But like I totally get it from a dude that has spent 5 or 6 years developing a game in solitary environment, not having a lot of PR skills. Like I understand that. So I'm not going to hold.
It's a bit of a miracle that other indie developers don't have that same level of reaction come back at them.
Yeah, it's true. Especially like given what fucking Edmund Macmillan will say on a regular basis, or like,
yeah, definitely,
like Anthropy, for fuck's sake, just like anything. But yeah, Phil Fish, for some reason, I guess because Fez has been such a big title that he's under a lot of scrutiny, and I don't necessarily agree with it. But I understand it, I suppose. Mm-hmm. Here's how I know that you're not doing Fez speed runs right now, is that you're still going to the left when you could be just climbing upward. Man.
Yeah, I didn't figure that out until a bit further in.
And even once you figure it out, it's a hard habit to get out of.
Yeah,
once you start doing it.
It's like when you start playing this game, you get so used to looking at every angle just in case you miss something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And even then, with the movement stuff, once you know how the mechanics work, you still find yourself once in a while going, "Oh yeah, I can do that." That's what this game is about.
That's not even what this game is about yet. You haven't even tried to consider the strange language in order to figure some stuff, man.
No.
Cool. There is a game that is not part of the world spinny roundy.
So we might as well say this now. There are people drawing maps on paper for this game.
Yep.
And that's crazy.
Yeah.
When a game resonates that much with someone that they actually bring out fucking A4 paper that you haven't seen since you did GCSEs. When was the last time you used A4 paper?
I'm a university student. I use A4 paper every day.
Oh, fuck.
I'm joking. We all use iPads now, innit?
Alright, point proven. I'm old.
But yeah, no, I have a little notepad next to me where later in this game there's a bell which you can ring, and the bell's got little symbols on it. So I've noted down what symbols were on the bell. And I think they're just 1, 2, 3, and 4, but I'd have to have that confirmed. And then I've written a little note that says, what is the significance of the owls? So...
And I bet there is a significance as well.
There is a little... You know what? I don't want to spoil it later, but you meet an interesting owl, and he has a thing to say.
Oh, I found out. I almost don't want to say it. Once you meet that owl, you can talk to the other owls.
What? Shit.
Yeah.
He like imparts an instant translation of their language.
You see the little animals in the world now. It'll go between day and night, and at night owls will be about, and you can speak to those owls.
I've seen an owl during the day.
You should have spoken. I should have run up to him.
But he flew off. I was standing next to him, like trying to work out what he was about. Like, I get you, fucking owl. But no. I see what you're up to. I was just like honestly, I was just like, as close as you are to this bird, I was just like standing there, like, you know what, I'm watching you. What are you going to do? When he flew off, I thought, I've solved it. I made the owl fly away.
No, you should just run up to him.
What do you think the significance of the hidden Tetris pieces is? They're just kind of all over the place. Like, even there, those things are T-pieces.
I don't know. I can't decide if it's just a sort of, like, tip of the hat.
Yeah.
I think it is.
Might be a bit of a red herring.
There are a few red herrings in this game.
There's a part that I think is in this video where I find an anti-cube.
Yeah.
And that involved me building a Tetris piece.
Yeah, it did.
I still don't know what the significance of anti-cubes are.
They're just like extra cubes that you work harder to get, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, like regular cubes you'll find in the environment when you put together little pieces. And then anti-cubes, you work out puzzles, pretty much. Like, I had one... I said this off the cast, but there was a one where you had to build certain Tetris pieces where they look different depending on what orientation you have. So yeah, that's the kind of stuff you need to expect.
Mm.
It's real interesting. With like, it really commits to every concept that it puts down. Like, fixing the way the world is oriented is, yeah, it's crux, and not just in like traversing the environment. It's got interesting puzzles.
Yeah, it's a really clever game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not very far into it, admittedly. I've only played literally as far as this video goes, but yeah, even I can see straight away that it's a really clever game.
Yeah.
Like, see that thing that the duck is sitting on? Got little language there. I want to know what that means, but I don't know yet.
Do you reckon that does mean anything?
Yeah, totally means something.
I know. I've seen people on Twitter who have worked out the language.
Yeah.
Oh, Christ.
Our good friend at Tom Smizzle, ONVG contributor, is trying to work out his own alphabet without looking it up for anybody else, because that's the kind of guy he is. It's actually a shame he couldn't be here, because I think he's finished it and he could let us know a little bit more about it, but yeah, fair. Josh, you have some comments to make about this, though, right?
Yeah.
That's a weird connection. Like, hey, you, buddy, talk about it.
I agree that it's a very clever game. I just don't know if it's for me.
And I can understand that.
I think I'm in the exact same boat.
I mean, you've read, like, I think, what is it, that Phil Fish interview where he says gamers are idiots.
I actually don't even know that I saw that, but, you know, I get his point.
Yeah. It's it's a very hard game, and it does make you work for it, and you know, it depends how willing you are.
In video games is rarely encouraged. Like that's something that the industry is not necessarily known for. Like, considering stuff for a little while, where that's kind of died out. But this is the bell. This is the one I'm talking about. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, a game that comes along and actually makes you consider the environment for a little while, I'm all for that. Go video games.
Let's make that shit three-dimensional.
Yeah.
Although a weird thing I've had when sometimes when I can't solve a puzzle or it's too hard, instead of thinking, oh man, this puzzle's really clever, I've gone, oh man, Phil Fish is a dick.
I think actually, like, there are some parts of it that are definitely Phil Fish being a dick. Like, certain puzzles can't be solved until after, quote unquote, the game has been finished.
No.
I believe. Like, so you could be racking your head against something trying to figure it out, and it wouldn't necessarily work yet.
Oh,
yeah.
Sounds irritating.
I think it might have something to do with lowering the water level in certain environments, and I won't say what that means, but you can probably guess if you play the game a little more.
No, I've done that, and
oh, really? Oh, so we should have a chat after we're done here. Did you? Oh, you jumped right out of there.
The world.
Yeah, that was some fourth dimension shit there. Yeah, there you go.
that was the first time I realised that I could do that, and that was probably a way to solve puzzles. So I was trying to get up onto that ledge where the cube is.
Yeah. When it's actually just as simple as jumping over.
Yeah.
Nice.
So eventually I decided, you know what, I'm just going to try jumping.
Yeah. No, but not yet. You're like, I was there, you know what, but that's not cool enough. Oh, this is...
It's games like this where you start using those incredibly complicated mechanics
when you don't need
to try and solve simple things.
Yeah.
And maybe that is why Phil Fish is a dick.
That's great. I think I've... Oh, this is the puzzle I meant. Yeah, this is the Tetris piece.
Mm-hmm.
So could you actually... Could you actually do this, or are you still... Are we going to find out?
No, I did it straight away.
Oh, cool. Fair enough.
It took me... I threw this for no good reason at all, but then suddenly I figured, there's a Tetris piece drawing.
Yeah.
I probably have to make that, I guess.
The interesting part about this is if you were to just, like, throw them on there, these blocks were stacked in different parts, or in different planes of the... Fuck, this game is difficult to talk about. Yeah, they were in, like... Say, if you were looking at it from a heads-on view, like bird's eye, I guess. they would be diagonal from each other, if that makes any sense. So stacking them, just, you know what, Phil Fisher's a dick.
So you're saying that had I changed the camera around, it would have skewed the perspective,
and then you would have seen it a little differently. Yeah, it would have been.
But doing it this way,
you just totally circumvented any of the trouble that I had with it. So, like, do you rotate the environment at all? Are you because it shows different pieces on there, on the other sides.
Don't know. I'll just go back there.
Oh man, you were like, this puzzle ain't shit.
Done.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So have I missed something there, or have I just made it incredibly
there's
simple
nothing
for
else in
myself?
that environment. It was just like that's a weird instance of like thinking about it too much actually just confusing you. Like knowing more about the puzzle ruins it. That's weird. That's really cool.
Yeah, I guess it didn't even occur to me to change it around because everything was there in front of me.
I guess so, man. Video games.
Yeah, Phil Fish is a dick.
That's probably a good place to cut it off, actually. I think we're good.
There.
Yeah, alright. So, pick up Fez. 800 Microsoft points. Out now.
It's not even that pricey.
Yeah, don't even know if it's being ported to another place yet.
I don't think he's made any plans for it, or at least he hasn't announced anything.
Because it's an Xbox exclusive, so maybe Games for Windows Live release.
Oh shit! Get the pitchforks.
Yeah,
we're doing this.
We'll see. Cool. Fez.
Yep.
Fez.
Catch you later, guys.
Bye bye.